In the first video of my Something Big series, I told the story of how I saw an angel on the street corner and knew that something big was coming. And then in the second video, I talked about what happened next, which was a terrifying dream that I had about being shot and what I thought that meant. So now I'd like to tell you what happened next. About a year or so went by after I had that dream, and I was at an appointment with my neurologist. I had been seeing a neurologist for quite a while. I had migraines since I was a kid. My dad had headache problems. My aunt had headache problems. It kind of ran in our family. So I was seeing my neurologist and telling him about how I was having an issue holding a pen or a pencil or putting my makeup on, that my hand felt like it wanted to pull back and I couldn't grip anything properly and it was a little shaky. So he thought, well, we want to make sure you don't have Parkinson's. So they sent me for an MRI. A week-ish after I had the MRI, I was home alone. I was packing for a trip. My husband and I, fiance from the other videos, we're going on a family reunion trip to Hilton Head, South Carolina. I'd never been to that part of the country. I was super excited. And I get this phone call, and they told me that they were from my neurologist's office and they had the results of my MRI, and that, thankfully I did not have Parkinson's. So I was elated. Oh, thank goodness. Yay, I don't have Parkinson's. And then she said, however, nothing good ever follows the word however, ever. And she said, however, you do have a brain tumor. Now, first of all, I'm home alone. She didn't even tell me to sit down and, I've got something to share with you. Nothing. There was no warning about the kind of news that she was about to deliver. And I could tell her voice was shaking, that she was not happy or comfortable with having to be the one to deliver this information. So in that moment, my brain just kind of went, and part of me was in shock, of course. I remember staring out my front window, looking at the world outside, thinking, I don't even know where to go at this point. This is not what I had planned. So there was that shock. And then there was the journalism part of my brain that was like, what kind of tumor is this? And where is it located? And how do you spell that? And just asking all the questions and trying to write things down, spelling it wrong because I'm dyslexic and I got the E and the I's and the O's all mixed up. Anyway, and then there was the part of me that went, that's why the angel appeared for you. That's why she came to you again with this dream about your tumor. Because in that dream, I got shot on this side of my head. And that's exactly where the woman on the phone told me my brain tumor was. She assured me that these were rarely cancerous and that it was probably never going to grow. And most people end up never knowing they even had a tumor like this. That didn't make me feel any better. However, I was not afraid. That was the weirdest thing, is I was not afraid because I had seen the angel. And I knew that that's why she showed herself to me that day, was so that when this big thing happened and I got this news, I would know that this is not all. This material world that we live in, that this is not all. There's something much bigger than we are that does not operate in the same way that we do, does not think in the same way that we do. So I was strangely calm, but yet in shock. And just wanting to know, okay, well, how do I get through this? Because I knew I was going to get through it if I kept my faith that the angels were there to take care of me. I have no recollection of what happened after that phone call. For that day or even the next couple days, I don't remember telling my husband. I don't remember what I even did after I hung up the phone. I was obviously in shock for a while. But as I said, I wasn't fearful. Shock and fear are not the same thing. So for 2.5 years or so, my doctors continued to send me for MRIs to watch to see if the tumor was growing, which it was. And then the angel came to me in another dream to deliver another message. And I'll tell you all about that message in Something Big, Part 4. You're going to want to come back and hear this.